Okay, as I mentioned, we now will hear from the Chief Executive Officer of CATEC. You can see the company's presentation, proposition, the stand in the exhibition hall. So if you'd like to look at that in detail after you've seen the presentation, I would like to welcome to the stage my friend Rami Abu Hayah, Chief Executive Officer of CATEC. Rami, the stage is yours, my friend. Big round of applause for Rami. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good to see you. There's your clicker. All yours, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Good morning. My name is Rami Abu Hayah. I'm the CEO of CATEC Mobility. CATEC is a company established in UAE back in 2005. We were providing technology for mainly for the private and government sector in UAE and the GCC countries. In 2018, we thought that we need to tap into the EV and EV mobility business as the future is electric. So we currently, CATEC is one of the leading companies in providing EV infrastructure solutions in UAE and the GCC region. Back when we started in 2018 in the UAE, there were a few number of electric cars on the road. I think there were below 1,000 cars. But we decided to get into this market at this early stage in order to go through the journey and the process of, and as His Excellency said, the UAE now, they have a clear vision on how to achieve their green initiatives and CO2 emission or the net zero emission throughout those till 2025. So today I will focus on the commercial fleet, not only the individual. So by 2030, overall 50% of the commercial fleets or vehicles worldwide are projected to be electric. So this is very important, and I believe in the UAE, especially in the UAE, the individuals, they've got a good amount of options where to charge their cars. And 80% of the sessions is happening at home. But the challenge is where to charge the commercial fleets, the fleets that been run by companies, whether by public taxis, light duty vehicles and heavy duty vehicles. But before we tap into this, let's look at why it's important to electrify the transportation and that transportation. So the research is showing that the transport sector is responsible and accountable for about 27% of the emission worldwide. And the land transport only is accountable for 78% of this, of the CO emission. So between 2021, the CO emission has been increased 38% only. And to stay or to achieve the 1.5 degree pathway, and to stay and to achieve this, we have to reduce the 4.1 gigatons of CO2 by 2030. And this is, I think, what His Excellency mentioned. So in order to achieve this, in order to, and I think the UAE, they are doing good. So those are the numbers of, or some, the projection, as according to PwC recent report, that the commercial or the ICE share, the ICE and electric vehicle sales share is last year were 3% of the commercial fleets, 3% only, and they are anticipating to achieve 25% by 2035. But the problem is the main challenge, as most of the infrastructure. The infrastructure is one of the biggest challenges that, including us as a company, been providing technology since 2018. We were been hardly working to electrify our fleet, while we have more options than others to charge our fleet. But still, it's not an easy journey. But before that, we need to understand what does infrastructure or fleet EV charging infrastructure means. It's not only about installing a charging station. It's about to create a system that keeps your fleet on the road as much as possible. So it's about to build an efficient infrastructure, a reliable infrastructure where you can rely on it to keep your electric vehicles and commercial fleets on the road, because at the end of the day, we are talking about businesses, and keeping those electric cars on the roads means revenue at the end of the day, especially the limousine companies. And in Dubai, specifically in Dubai, I think the government, they are now mandating the limousine companies to electrify 25% of their fleet. So any company, including the public transportation, in order to achieve the pathway to their vision. So the biggest challenge, how to create or how to build the right solution and efficient infrastructure, because the poor infrastructure would result with unreliable infrastructure and long charging time. This is also something that we have seen, that the poor infrastructure, or if you install I would say the equipments or the solution that doesn't fit the requirements or doesn't fit the purpose of the charging, it would lead to longer charging time and definitely operational time. I remember my colleague who was trying to travel from Abu Dhabi to Dubai. The problem is not that we don't have enough charging point. We've got a couple of charging points along side of the highway, but the problem is he was trying to charge at different places, but none of them were working. So it took from him like more than 3 hours to reach to Dubai, while it's a normal situation, it takes like around 1 hour. So if we think like what exactly businesses and fleet operators or fleet managers would ask when they assess or evaluate an infrastructure of charging stations, they would ask really very important questions like, what is the power rating? What is the IP rating? What is the charging speed? Those are very important questions. However, they are not enough to decide or to evaluate the right infrastructure that you need for your fleet. So this picture is showing one of the charging hubs dedicated for a fleet in Dubai, dedicated for limousine companies working 24 hours and delivering over 5 megawatt monthly. So what really matters is, like, you need to understand what type of vehicles that you need for your community. The vehicles, they are not all same. Some of them, they use 500 volt battery structures. Some of them 800, 700 volt battery structures. So you need to understand what type of vehicles that your business would need, and the usage pattern. Where do you want, or what the location that you need, what type of location you need to charge those vehicles, whether overnight, on the highway, at the depot, and the charging behavior. If you're going to charge it overnight, so you don't need to spend money on the high power charging stations. If you're going to charge it during the duty, definitely you would need a high power charging station. And the climate. See, in the UAE, for example, like installing a charging station in Al Ain, not like in Dubai, not like in Abu Dhabi, due to the climate. And if you are installing a charging station next to the sea, it's not similar to installing it in the open area or dusty area. So we need to understand the environment, the working environment of the infrastructure, in order to decide on different aspects. The first thing that I would tap into is the heat. In our region, the challenge is the heat. I would call it the silent performance killer. So and we all know that whether the electric cars or the infrastructure, they work or they would be perform better within the range of temperature, like between 20, I think 20 plus 20 or minus 20, something like this. So we need to control the heat, not only for the charging station, but also for the car, because keeping the car in the shed or something, it would help to reduce the temperature of the battery as well. So the heat is really impacting the energy consumption. So if the more heat, the more consumption. And the battery health, definitely there is a risk for degradation of the battery. So over time, the performance of the battery will be reduced. The charging speed as well, because you need to charge, you need to power the AC. So it would require more AC to cool the cabinet of the car. And the range efficiency, I just mentioned it, and the user comfort, definitely. So under the sun, under the heat, it won't be comfortable for whether the individuals or commercial users. So that's why we always recommend to control this, or to install a shed not only for the charge, because this is what we have seen. Most of the CPOs, most of the fleet operators, they are installing shed or canopies for the charging station only, and they don't think of the car. The car needs also to be in the cool area. And in some location, if that was possible, we would recommend also to install the satellite charging, or the split structure, charging station, where the power cabinet can be kept in a climate-controlled area or a closed room, and the dispensers can be anywhere around that room or electrical room. This would help you to control the climate and the heat much more than even the shed. And we have a couple of this. If you follow those steps, those would help to enhance the efficiency of the charging by 30%. The common misconceptions that if the charging station, for example, it's the power rating of the charging station 150, everyone is expecting to get 150 kilowatt out of this charging, which is not true. This is a sample. This is a sample of a real, I would say, operation. This is 200 kilowatt charging station. If you look at the chart, it's never touched the 200. It's all within 160 to 180. The best case was 188 out of 200. But this is, and this depends on the number of charging or number of cars connected to the charging station. And the other thing is the performance. Everyone is thinking that the performance only depends on the charging station, which is not true. Also the performance is depending on the car. If you look at different type of cars, the performance of the battery management varies between a brand to another. So, and this one is showing the curve, charging curve of one of the cars, where the charging session started at, I think, around 170 kilowatt. But as the state of the charge is increasing, the battery system of the car is reducing the speed of the charging station. As we can see at the top, there is icon showing that the car is controlling the demand of the charging, not the charging station. So, if it's very important that you need to engineer or design the infrastructure in a way that serve the purpose, or to achieve the optimal outcome and performance that you are looking for. So smart design, we believe the smart design would result into better results. So this is one of the technologies that we recommend in our region, which is the dynamic load management, where first of all, as we described, you can tackle the climate or the heat issue. The second is you can deliver more energy, which makes more sense for the CPOs that they are generating money from selling the energy. This technology would help to distribute the available power among the connected cars, because not all the electric cars, they have the same demand and the same state of charge. So, for example, in this situation, the available power has been distributed among all the cars, since all the guns are connected. But when there are few of the guns are connected, then the available power will be distributed between those cars, and those electric cars will get more power because there is less connected guns. The other thing is the engineering design of the charging station. The charging station, you have to look and you have to assess the internal component of the charging station. The less SKUs or parts inside the charging station, the better, I would say, the better serviceability, and also it could be a better performance. So the example that we are showing in this presentation is a modular design. It's engineered to be maintained in a very, very short time, so you could achieve a higher uptime. Showing, for example, this is how to replace the power stack or the power module, which is basically the transformer generating the power inside the charging station. But as you can see, you don't need to deal with multiple parts. It's only one part. You can get it off the charger and replace it in a few minutes. And definitely more parts, more SKUs inside. This would equal to more risk and more downtime. The other thing is, recently most of the charging station manufacturers, they've been using the SiC or silicon carbide for the power module or semiconductors, which enhancing the performance of the power efficiency by like 50%, and they could achieve 97.5% overall efficiency. The common or the general in the market, it's 95, which means like this will increase the efficiency of charging station as well as reduce the power loss, which at the end of the day, it will also save the operators money because this is a loss in power, which you cannot bill it to the end customer even. The after sales is very important. People, they really mix up between the warranty and the service. As we've seen, that most of the clients, most of fleet operators, they think that since the charging station is under warranty, means the manufacturer or the service provider, they have to keep it up and running, while they have to pay attention and invest a little bit in the preventative maintenance in order to keep the charging station performing as they are expecting. In some location, in some operation, especially high utilization locations, we had to change the filters even within the first couple of months because of the weather, because especially those charging installations were installed in dusty areas. It's observing a lot of dust, observing a lot of fire, which blocking the ventilation system of the charging station. It's very important to do a regular preventative maintenance, and not usually the manufacturer, they recommend preventative maintenance once or twice per year, but this is something common. This is not based on the situation or the condition of your operation. You have to look at your operation. You have, if it's a clean environment, or if it's harsh environment, or it's a dry area or wet area, it's completely different. You need to have your own preventative maintenance based on same like any like in the car industry. Some like Nissan petrol. Some people, they use it for the normal use. Clean area, and some of them, they use it for the off-roading. So off-roading is completely different. They have a different maintenance plan, different than the individual or normal use. So by providing or doing preventative maintenance, the right preventative maintenance that designed for your operation, definitely this is will reduce the downtime and also will enhance the performance of Hayah. We've seen a lot of cases where the power module has been damaged because the heat that has been generated, and because the filters and the ventilation system has not been. So I think we are out of. So the last thing, which is the backend system or the connected system, that you need an advanced system that can give you insight of the charging session and what is happening during the charging session, in order to decide on what is the issue. Is it from the charging side or from the vehicle side? We've been through multiple cases where the charging session has been disconnected for some reason, and the clients and fleet operators, they blame the charging station or claiming that the charging station has an issue, where we found out because of the system, because we have an advanced system that we can get the log, a detailed log for the session. We found out that some of the electric cars, the contactors in the electric car is opening before it should be. So, and as the charging station technology is evolving, same thing with the EV, still it's not mature enough. So you have to think long term. You have to invest in the right technology, and not all the charging stations are the same. So must match your operation, and don't be fooled with this by the power rating and the only. Think of the serviceability. The serviceability is the most important thing. How easy to maintain those charging stations. And the analytics are collecting data from this charging station in order to enhance the infrastructure and also to improve the future installations. About CATEC, CATEC is providing end-to-end solution, including supply, installation, and operation of the charging station, assuring the clients and our customer of the maximum uptime of their infrastructure. And we have different models, including gas model as well as revenue share. Thank you very much for your time. Are we okay for the questions?
Thank you, Rami. Yes, we are. Big round of applause, please, for Rami.
Thank you.
And Rami, my friend, I would like to congratulate you on not being floored by that sudden announcement that came out of nowhere. Yeah. You dealt with that very, very well. Are there any questions for Rami, please, from anybody? Okay, I've got one then. Gentleman at the back. Yep.
Yeah, thank you for presentation. Really good insights. Two quick questions. First is, given the climate condition here in the region, do you recommend to install the chargers with the liquid-cooled cables? And also, like, if you recommend, is there a power output threshold, let's say below 50 kilowatt, you don't recommend to do it, and above the 50 kilowatt you recommend? And second is, in case of liquid-cooled cables, how frequently you need to change the oil or whatever fluid it is out there as a maintenance? Thank you.
Sorry, the first question?
It was basically what difference, given the extreme heat environment, is there to some of the materials that you use, particularly the cooling materials in a lot of the charging equipment? Yeah. That's a general question.
Yeah, see, basically some of the charging, they are providing liquid cooling. However, we don't recommend this, due to the high expense of the liquid cooling. As well as the maintenance. The maintenance, this would require more maintenance. But definitely you need to be worried about the infrastructure cabling. You need to choose a very good brand of the infrastructure, the DC and AC cables, because those would help to enhance the performance of the charging station. And as we said, the shed, you need to control to install the charging station or the power cabinet within a climate controlled area, especially for high utilization operation. Other than that, everything, and the preventative maintenance. Other than that, we are with this precaution measures, we managed to achieve availability more than 97, 98%.
Very good. Thank you, Rami. A very quick question for myself then, no more from the audience. When we say charging is a challenge, and for commercial operations, doing anything different and new gets in the way sometimes of business, is it also an opportunity, though? If people can capture their own energy, particularly solar, and use that energy to put into the vehicle fleets, might what we see come forward become a real opportunity rather than just a challenge?
Yeah, of course, there is always, when there is a challenge, definitely there is an opportunity. And definitely, you are asking about the solar energy.
Yes,
solar.
particularly.
You know, now even for the canopies, now we've been seeing a technology provider, they are providing solar canopies specifically for the charging stations. And we have soon we will be having an installation for a big car park that will be covered by PV canopies to supply the charging stations, which is definitely the best case scenario. And but the thing is, the battery storage is not allowed in some places or in some cities in the UAE.
Understood.
This is the challenge.
Would you please once more give your appreciation, please, to Rami Abu Haddad.